Futures College Football Playoff, Oklahoma. Now, the Sooners have struggled mightily on offense. Their defense is tough, and we have 3 SEC home games.
And you mentioned the offense. I don't know that I've seen a team in the past few weeks that have defensively made plays when they need to, whether it's a blocked field goal, whether it's a pick six. When their offense has been struggling, the defense has stepped up and made plays, created opportunities to make it easier on their offense. If they can play that way, they have a chance to make a run, but their offense has to get better.
Okay, these are the teams that have the home games, and while I agree with Greg, there's a lot that you could dispute about Ole Miss and Texas A&M and the order there. This was a relatively easy part.
Yeah,
Okay, now, because of what we mentioned again, I just want to emphasize this. I'm not trying to talk to everybody like they're kindergartners, but just remember, 2 more conference champions have to go into the field. They are highly unlikely to be ranked in the top 12, so they're going to displace 2 teams in the rankings. So that means there are only 2 spots left. These are the contestants. Alabama was lost in the SEC championship game, and the much ballyhooed debate between Notre Dame and Miami. So, number 9, who will go to Norman to take on Oklahoma? And it's Alabama who didn't move. Maybe the game that had Alabama sitting on the bubble, they'll get a chance to avenge that game.
Yeah, and I think when you look at this, you kind of saw it going in this direction already with Ohio State being 2. A team that also lost their conference championship game. They weren't overly penalized. They dropped just 1 spot and flipped the team right behind them to acknowledge the head-to-head. I think they clearly drew conclusions about Alabama based on a 12-game sample size. And that's the way it should be evaluated when you take into account the teams they were being evaluated against had just 12 data points to evaluate. So Alabama need to get back on track offensively, need desperately to get healthy. But they have an opportunity, like you said, Grease, to avenge that regular season loss.
But, you know, I will say this. I understand the concept of not being overly punitive for a conference championship game. But if you're going to play it, they need to have stakes both ways to win a conference championship and what happens if you lose.
They have to count somehow. I mean, we're talking about Alabama maybe having the best win in the sport by going to Athens. They also have one of the worst losses by losing the Florida State. So we cannot erase that. I was surprised at this move right there.
When they will have time for this, you have to define loss by record. Absolutely. If you go by power rankings, Florida State's still top 30. I'm not trying to excuse it. I'm just saying all of these things you factor in and try to define it. So now we're basically back where we started. There's 1 spot left in terms of at-large teams, and it almost certainly is going to be Miami or Notre Dame. So, number 10, and it is Miami without playing on the final Saturday.